Special event alert.
My reason for being late for changeover was I had to wait to log in and find out if I had jury duty in the morning.
Which is excuse number 175 for being late for changeover, your weekly space news and variety show. I'm your host, Marty Smith, and I'm joined by Mr. History, Eric Perrott.
What's up, sir? Michelle, welcome to the show again, man.
Thank you. Good to be back.
And welcome back to the show, the legendary Taz, Michelle Zayas.
Thank you. Thank you. Great to be here, guys. Thank you.
We're here to bring you the latest headlines and updates pertinent to all Guardians and to the Armed Forces family. So take your seats, get informed, and have a laugh, because
from the Rockies to the Space Coast, Late for Changeover is here with the guys to shake the skies.
Two guys, one gal. Two guys, one gal. Yeah. But I get it. Get it.
Speaking of that, you see SpaceX launch and recovered it was like the old videos they were watching. Yeah. They brought that first stage right back down on the ship.
Oh.
Yep. Yeah.
Recent? Cool. Like in the last week or so?
Oh, the last couple of days, yeah.
I missed it. I'm sorry. Yeah, usually I watch that. Yeah.
Their SpaceX videos are just well done.
I tell you,
so well done.
The first time I ever saw dual, two of them, the first and second stage, or two SRBs, solid rocket boosters, watching it on TV while watching it live on the data that I was privy to, I cried my eyes out. I said, oh my God, the paradigm has just been broken. Holy crap. Not only are we bringing them back, we're not bringing them back after sitting in salt water for a few days like the old shuttle SRBs were.
Yeah.
These things are landing and they're standing up and they're being reused within months versus a year.
SpaceX said this rocket body that came back was on its 29th mission.
I don't doubt it. I don't like him at all, but what his company has done to break the space barriers and the paradigms, I am blown away.
I mean, China's doing it too now. I mean, it's not not just unique to them, but China brings them back and lands them too. I don't have any.
I didn't know that. Oh,
well, at least, let me say, China says they do it.
No, okay.
Haven't seen
and being retired, I'm not privy to that data
one of our
anymore,
own too.
Yeah,
we did it. We did it yesterday. Yeah, we just did it yesterday.
Wow.
Can we see the video? I was like, no, not for you. Yeah. But we did it too. So,
well, most of the world's too busy beating up Elon. I know he's not the most likable guy, but
I know. I said,
what he's capable of, what his company has done.
What his company has. 100% agree, Eric.
Yep.
I've never criticized the capabilities and the phenomenons that they have made and the industrial changes that they've brought to the space race. Unbelievable. And I argue with my husband all the time about it. It's like, I don't give a shit what his politics are. Look what he's doing.
Yep, that's right.
Look what he's doing. My God, he's getting us back in there, right?
Yeah. I mean, and people knock him because it's like, well, he's not creative. It's like, yeah, but you're putting the right people in the right place
at the right place at the right time.
Right equipment. You're facilitating all of that stuff.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. And anybody else could have done it before he came along and did it. Why didn't anybody else?
They would have done it. They would have found a way for those SRBs to fall off the shuttle and land on a platform in the middle of the ocean.
When did we do? Was it last week or 2 weeks? It had to be last week that we did the SpaceX IPO. Right?
Yep. Oh yeah,
and he's now a trillionaire. So
trillionaire, yeah.
Because we went through the richest man in the world, right, Eric?
Yeah,
you were looking at it. Now he's a trillionaire.
I was looking for my guy to buy a bunch of stock. Apparently, I didn't have enough money.
Oh, I think it was 14,000 a share when it opened. I think
they were selling them for 135.
$135K.
Yeah, no, $135 a share.
Oh
initiative.
shit, Eric,
That
really?
was the opening
I-
credits.
it was
yeah.
a joke.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No, it was
That's what the
joke.
article said. They were selling. The starting price was $135. So
Wow,
yeah. So,
I would have done it.
but you know the
didn't know.
great thing about that is, did you read about all the former employees who still held stock?
I
And
saw the
they
guy
all
that turned
became
into a
a bunch of them
millionaire.
became millionaires. It's like,
One guy was a welder.
whoa.
He was a welder on
Yeah.
the towers that they would launch from. And he and his wife and 2 kids were they were spotlighted on NPR or something like that overnight.
Okay.
Just
Millionaire
Yeah, look at that.
overnight because he didn't sell it. He
Yep.
had no idea what it was when he
Oh, he's
got it.
about to sell it.
Yeah, true. Yeah,
I would
but
sell it.
it became worth whatever, because when he was hired onto the company, he was given like $4,000 worth of stock.
It's funny
And
when we
today
did
he's
that
a millionaire.
story, we got a comment that it was like, "Oh, this is just a stunt. It's going to be devalued within a month afterwards." And I was like,
Right.
I don't think
No,
that's
I don't think
right,
so.
buddy.
Yeah.
I don't think so. So
As long
The
as they
dude has
keep
been
going.
extremely successful with what he
Yep.
says he's going to
Yep.
do.
yeah,
Yep.
everything he
I
touches
agree.
turns to gold, man. It's kind of
And also, if you think about Starlink, is keeping people in depressed parts of this world in touch.
Sure.
he offered
Starlink
it
is-
up to Ukraine.
Yeah, I mean, it just helped them tremendously fight the war, right? But okay, again, I don't like the man or his politics or how many times he's been married or how many kids he's got. I don't care. What he's doing, what his company is doing in this arena has been phenomenal. That's all I can say. Yeah,
Well, yeah, let's just look at that part. Leave his personal life out.
exactly.
Well, as much as I hate to redo this, because those of you who are listening and watching, we've already done this, and it was pretty entertaining. And I wish we had captured that. But we'll try to recreate the magic, because I did not start the recording, but now I am recording. And our first story is from space.com. So yes, Eric, we are redoing this whole damn thing. You didn't contribute much last time anyway. So we're gonna redo this damn thing.
Put your banner up, by God.
It's up. It's up.
Okay.
Look, it's colorized now.
I see it.
Right?
Got it.
Our first story is from space.com. Menstruation in space will be studied for the first time with Operation Period.
I
Hence
think you
the reason
blinked
why I
out.
didn't have a lot of comments.
You blinked out when you said what will be studied. I didn't hear you.
Period.
Operation Period.
Oh, it keeps
Period.
jumping. Okay. Yeah. No, menstruation. That's what the part I didn't hear.
Oh.
Yeah, it cut out.
Menstruation.
Oh, that's much better.
I'm not going to tell my mother to watch this show.
One new mission is setting out to study menstruation and microgravity the first time ever. There has never been any scientific study dedicated to studying menstruation in space, but a nonprofit called Operation Period aims to change that, led by Gen Z researchers Manju Bangalore, co-founder and executive director of Operation Period and research astronaut in training for OPO1. She told space.com, "I want all menstruators to be able to live life with their full dignity and reach their fullest potential, and that includes astronauts."
Okay, number one.
Right.
Can we back up and discuss her name?
Manju Bangalore.
What in the world is her nationality?
Well,
Indian?
she's Irish.
No.
Manju Bangalore. Well, I
Wow.
already said, with her co-founder Priya Abaram,
Okay.
I'd say
they
Indian.
will become some of the youngest South Asian women to travel to space.
Okay.
Okay.
All
I
right.
just didn't think we'd be discussing menstruation.
Well, that's their
Someone named-
research project.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
And they're going up on Virgin Galactic.
That kills me. That
How
one kills
appropriate.
me.
How appropriate.
But okay. So I will say, as the only person in the group here that has ever experienced Operation Period, that this is necessary research. It is very necessary if we intend to have the females of our species travel beyond our solar system and procreate.
True.
They have to. This research has to be done, so
Yeah.
it's important. However, I believe from the article, Marty, that it's only suborbital, that it's not long term.
Because it's on Virgin Galactic's next flight. It's definitely not on Artemis, because
Yeah.
Artemis has their next flight with all males.
Yeah,
So,
it's true.
if
And they're
they're
only staying
studying
in Earth orbit
menstruation,
anyway. Yeah. That's a big. So it needs to be done. I believe back in the day, when did Sally Ride go up? 87,
80s,
89.
right? Yeah, 80s.
And the engineers asked her if 100 tampons was enough for 7 days.
That's pretty.
Because the male engineers had no understanding of what a person that's menstruating needs.
No, they did not.
They
No,
did
you need
not.
100
And
for the
Pretty
she
terrible
actually
question.
put that in her memoir. That was in her book. I have it. That was in her book. And she was insulted. But
Absolutely. I'm insulted for her. I mean,
really, it's
if I was standing next to
really?
her, like, come on, dude. That's like an Anchorman type of comment.
Yeah,
You know,
and exactly.
Yeah.
So it needs to be done. However, I think it needs to be done more long term, ISS possibly, or longer orbital missions, but not 15 minutes up and down. What are you going to gather from that? What are you going to
Well,
get?
Find any data from it. No.
Speaking of the ISS, I mean, that's supposed to be going in on, or maybe they're taking them out. I'm not sure on the ISS. So, they're already doing that.
$1? Boy, has inflation
$1
killed
in
that.
coins.
Let me tell you.
It's $1 in coins. You got to get your that
And
plastic coin purse that pops open
You
when you squeeze it.
can't do your credit card with the reader, huh?
You
No.
got to fish out 4 quarters and turn
For
the
the
knobs.
first time in history, astronauts will now have to take money to space.
But it doesn't even mention sizes. Now, remember, today, when you go into the female section of the supermarket, there are minor, small, medium, large, extra large,
Hey,
all based on flow.
Michelle,
That's not helpful on the ISS.
might be speaking out of turn when you say the female section. That is the menstruating section. Right?
But only females menstruate.
For people who menstruate.
That's only female.
Don't be so close-minded, Michelle.
Only
There's more to life out there. Right?
Oh my God.
Currently, astronauts typically choose to fully suppress their periods during their space flights through hormonal IUDs or oral contraceptive pills.
Right.
While that is a choice astronauts might continue to make in the future without data to show the reality of dealing with a period in space, astronauts are left with fewer choices with their own bodies.
Right.
Comprehensive data on menstruation in space will also be important if astronauts are to complete longer space flights or even extended stays on the moon.
That's what I was saying. Yep.
God. Yeah,
and
right.
it is very common for female athletes to do the same thing, to suppress their cycles so they don't have to deal with it while they're training and performing or in the Olympics or whatever.
Right, but when you're
It's
talking
very
about
common.
years,
Not necessarily. I mean,
well, if you go to Mars, it's going to be years.
Yeah,
right?
It takes 9 months to get there.
Yeah, 9
if
months
you
to get
launch
back
on the
there.
right
That's
trajectory.
years, so.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
there's going to have to be something more practically to be.
Yeah,
done,
and
right?
something that can be reversible, so you don't
Yeah.
damage yourself in the future to be able to procreate. Right? You don't want to hurt yourself in the future for that.
Right. Now the two founders have not revealed the research or the tests priorities and exactly what data it will collect. But there is a lot of knowledge to be gained. So at least they're looking at it. I don't think on a suborbital flight with Virgin Galactic, I'm not sure what they're going to get out of it, because this talks about, hey, we already have astronaut or female astronauts on the ISS for months. Ask Sunny. Sunny was up there.
Yep.
And she's probably like, yeah, I wish they would have done this.
And she probably had done something earlier to suppress it, so she didn't have to deal with it. Because your typical IUD is 5 years. 5 years, typical.
Wow.
Just depends. You talk to your doctor and you figure it out. But 5 years is typical. So if she had done that, she had no worries. Now that does not suppress the hormones. It does not.
Suborbital, I think I'm pretty sure I understand it, just not fully into space. They crest in and then come back out. I just
like Shepard did. Shepard went up and came right
It's
back
like
down.
what Katy Perry and her crew did.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They
It's
just
what
went
all
out
of the Virgin Galactic do.
and they came
Yeah.
right back down.
Got weightless.
They don't even, Marty, the loop that you're making, no, it's straight up and straight down. If they make a loop at all, it's minuscule.
Okay.
Like, what's his name? Bezos's thing, the big giant peanuts.
Well, it's straight up, 'cause
The
they're
blue
the rest-
origin.
Straight up, but they land right back down where they took off from.
With this being the first mission of its kind, OPO-1 will not answer every question that remains about menstruation in space, but it will bring data to a conversation decades in the making.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
How many quarters do I got to bring to space?
I know dollars. How many dollars you got to take to space?
And like,
Especially if you're going to Mars.
How many
this is the
quarters
thing
do
I've
I-
said in the past. In 99% of public
Butch,
restrooms
you got
today,
change
it's
for a
all
dollar?
free. It's free. In most restrooms, it's free today. How can they get away?
Not
with
on the
charging them?
ISS.
I guess not. Damn it.
Russians are paying $1 for that stuff.
Oh my goodness.
Mm.
Needs to be done. Glad to hear there's somebody talking about it.
Yeah,
As I
it is
said a
interesting.
moment ago, this article really describes the reason I don't like space. So tell Jake there's another reason.
Another reason.
Jake, there's another reason
Another one.
Eric hates space.
Yep. Another one.
We should flash that up. It's like,
Oh.
you know.
Yes.
Reason number
Eric hates the
542.
relaxation
Yeah.
chairs. He hates
Yeah.
the menstruation studies. He hates... I think he really likes the relaxation chairs. But
Yeah.
If
Who
it was
can
in my
argue with
house, but not while I'm on duty as
Oh,
an
gotcha.
all
active
right,
duty
Taz. So
military
you're a
member.
superintendent and you got somebody constantly late coming back from lunch. Where are you going to just hang out? You're gonna put the relaxation chairs off limits.
Yes.
Nobody can sit there. Memorandum of understanding. There you go.
I
Sign
did it. I did it at the MCS. No more sleeping in the break room when you're not on console.
But these relaxation chairs were created to get rid of stress, and you're going to have these soldiers or these airmen now going, "Hey,
Guardian. Yeah.
Chief, I'm really stressed. I need to
Yeah.
go to the
Yeah. All right.
relaxation."
Go pound sand.
And you know what
Sorry.
they're going to do?
Miss
You know what they're going to
Stella and I-
say? They're like, "Hey, she gets to go to the pregnant room. Why can't I go to the relaxation chair?" Now what do you do? You're like,
The pregnant room? My son turned 34 years old today. I haven't been in a pregnant room in 34 years.
But there
I don't
are
know what they're talking about.
18-year-old airmen using that pregnancy room or
A
that
pregnancy
breastfeeding
room? This is a whole nother episode. We got to talk about this. I'm not aware of this.
They had at the MCS. They had a room back in the break room in the back where they could go back and they could, I guess, express or whatever they needed to do
Oh,
in that
for women
own
that were
little private
nursing.
room.
That's not
right?
pregnancy. You've already had the baby. You confused
All
me.
right, whatever. Okay.
You mean
But
nursing
that's-
room?
But somebody's gonna go, "Hey, she gets to go over to that one. Why can't I
Michelle,
go to
we
my
keep
relaxation
talking
chair?"
about this, and you'll see it next time in a space article, I'm sure.
You squirt a 9-pound baby boy out of that, and then you have every right to
Oh,
go.
so
and
we'll just go
lactate.
unbalanced then. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
But
Sounds
Marty,
fair to me.
Michelle, and I are in agreement that their lazy asses aren't going to sit in that relaxation chair as long as I'm the chief.
Exactly. Outside,
You're like,
picking
"Hey,
up
Space
cigarette
Force
butts.
paid millions for these things, and this
Painting rock.
superintendent won't let me use it." So,
yeah, because you're a wimp. Sorry.
all right. So, for the toughies out there, let's go to our next article. From military.com, the first women's parachute team jumps into Normandy for D-Day's 82nd anniversary. That's hard to believe. That's
No, I think
82nd
82. I know it. Yeah.
Cool.
A group of 8 brave, bold women took to the sky for a historic parachute jump to mark the 82nd anniversary of D-Day in early June. Hopefully, they weren't on their period during that time when they jumped. But the group included veterans, first responders, law enforcement officials, and women working in intelligence, making history as the first all-female unit to jump over Normandy, France. The Chalk not only commemorated D-Day, one of the most important military operations in American history, but also brought recognition to the role of women in the World War II resistance movement, a
Yep.
vital group that often gets overlooked. The group included Carol Whitmore, the first female commander-in-chief of the Veterans of Foreign Wars. She was the
That
first
was pretty
commander
cool.
of the VFW. Yeah.
I hadn't heard that. Yeah.
Whitmore built a highly decorated 36-year career in the Army, 15 years on active duty and 21 in the reserves. As a master sergeant, she spent time overseas in Germany, Guatemala, and Honduras, and was deployed to Iraq during the global war on terror. The event was sponsored by the VFW and the Fox Force Foundation.
That's cool.
Right? A veteran-led nonprofit organization that promotes women's leadership opportunities and resilience. Tony Lavery, founder and executive director of Fox Force, also joined the mission. Lavery, a sergeant major with over 25 years of experience in the military, said D-Day is, I like her quote, that's why I put it in here. She said, D-Day is a time to pause and reflect on the courage, selflessness, and sacrifice of the thousands of brave soldiers who died on that fateful day defending the free world. Even if I wanted to, I could not fathom putting myself in the shoes of those giants upon whose shoulders we walk, Lavery told military.com. The obstacles, near certain death, and sometimes torture and sheer hell they faced were unimaginable. Standing on such sacred ground where they infilled, fought, and bled helps offer a glimmer of perspective and an immense amount of gratitude. So, you want to see them? You want to see what they look like?
But they were really representing. Oh, look at them! Look like Rosie the Riveter with the scarves on.
I know they
great.
did that. I don't know why they did that, but
That's great. No, I love it.
Whitmore is the one in the front on the
Right.
left. She was the first female commander of the VFW. So,
I have a question. Did they do standard single jumps or did they do tandem? Because
I don't know if they
the woman disabled.
It didn't go into that. Yeah, it didn't go into that. And it didn't go into like if they did a mass jump,
right?
Which is
some kind of formation.
Really dangerous to do. Is you got to have
I would think at least the lady in the wheelchair was tandem with somebody.
Yeah,
at least.
Maybe. I don't know if all of them jumped, but that was the group of women who were
part of it.
Yeah, that is cool. And representing the women who not a lot of Americans, or for that matter, Europeans, are aware of, that did jump behind enemy lines as spies.
Yeah.
American women that jumped behind enemy lines.
Went into that, right?
Yeah, that they risked their lives, but not during the Normandy invasion. Well after, obviously.
Right.
But
so the event included 3 landing zone locations, including Gonville, France.
Yeah.
The location of the D-Day drop zone and bombing target on June 6, 1944. Of the nearly 10,000 Allied casualties on D-Day, the 9th Parachute Battalion was especially hit hard here. Out of 750 men in the unit, get this, Eric, only 150 reached the assembly point, and about 75 to 80 soldiers were left standing to keep fighting.
Yep.
That's a huge loss.
Yep.
Yeah.
Huge loss.
Other landing spots were Carentan, made famous by Band of Brothers.
Band of Brothers. Right?
Yeah. And let's see. Sorry. DeForge continue where Robert Wright and Kenneth Moore, 2 airborne medics. So Carentan, the 101st Airborne Division, in a place that proved critical to Allied success, connecting Utah and Omaha beachheads to forge a continuous front, and Angeville, a plain where Robert Wright and Kenneth Moore, 2 airborne medics, transformed a centuries-old church into a makeshift emergency room to treat wounded soldiers. So I'm not sure how they split up their group, but they all dropped in different spots.
Yeah. I would have loved it, though. I wonder if they dropped one on a C-47. That would have been pretty cool, because that's what they all dropped from 101st.
I doubt if they even have that many C-47s running,
There's
especially over in France.
Well, they could bring them over. There's plenty that do air shows today. Still, a lot of them are still in service.
I mean, I remember the Confederate Air Force that had all those restored planes that they were still running, but they've got to be getting.
Pretty damn old.
I don't know how many they're and they're like, you want me to fly this over the Atlantic?
Yeah,
I can barely keep this running above the crowd right now.
I would love it in the respect of my husband and I are now rewatching. I think I was telling Marty earlier, some dear friends of ours have a chance to take the tour of the Easy Company from Band of Brothers this summer. And they're going to go over, they have to get themselves to Europe, and they're going to go over and stop at every place that they were significantly involved in. And I would absolutely die to be able to jump, especially Carentan, My father-in-law was at Carentan.
Wow.
I would love to be there. I would. What an extreme honor for those ladies to be able to get a chance to do that.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, very cool.
So, those two organizations, VFW and Fox Force, you can look them up. They combine together, put all these women together. So that's
I will.
82
Let me see,
years.
that's
God,
cool.
That's amazing.
Yeah, 82, isn't that something?
Years. Wow.
Right. Yep.
So
Yeah, and there's still a few of them alive. Still a few. I think the last surviving Arizona from 1941. The last surviving
I read that a week ago or
just
something
passed,
like that.
just a short time ago. Yeah, the last surviving sailor from the USS
Oh
Arizona.
no, that was a couple months ago, I think.
Oh, okay, maybe. Yeah. When you're retired, it just blurs.
Yeah, I hear you.
I got a little something for you. In the real world, the Fox Force Foundation is a nonprofit organization made up of of trailblazing women with military, law enforcement, and first responder backgrounds. They use their operational experience to teach leadership, resilience, and situational awareness to the next generation of women. Just
Very
a quick
good.
zerp on
Nice.
Fox Force
Nice.
Foundation. That's pretty neat.
Well done, Eric. You did a
I
little
thought I could
research
be helpful.
See,
during the show.
I can't do that with my phone. If I had my computer, I could do that, but I'm afraid to touch anything.
Excuses. Jeez.
I was just curious. I wanted to know more about the jumpers, but I can do
Yeah.
that later.
Yeah,
So,
that is cool, though. That is cool.
all right, let's. We started this a couple weeks ago. I took a week off from it last week because I didn't do any research on
We
it.
missed 43.
No, we missed 44. You did 43.
We did?
Oh, that's right.
Oh,
So
'Cause
today
you did 42. That's right.
we're back
Okay.
to Timeline of War, and we're doing World War II, 1944. So
44.
this whole thing came up because I was just curious about. We hear about these individual battles, but you don't know how they all connect together.
Right.
So these are just major operations. I'm not going to read a lot about them, but you can see how they place themselves because Battle of Bulge, Normandy, Philippine Sea, Midway, but where were they all connected? I was really surprised that 42 had so many naval actions in early 42. So,
Yeah.
I guess I just never realized it. So I'm learning from this whole thing. So
Well, it had to be because December 41.
well,
Yeah,
no,
but our
but
Navy
I
was
mean,
nowhere-
you don't know. Did they happen in 42, 43,
Right,
44?
yeah. And our
and-
Navy really wasn't prepared to fight a world war in January of 1942. We were not. We got
right,
attacked in 41.
but
We lost most of our fleet in the Pacific then.
Yeah.
So the fact that there were major
But
battles
then
in 42 says a lot.
Midway happened in 42.
Yeah, I know.
And you just
yeah.
like, holy shite.
Oh,
I
shit,
didn't know we
yeah.
got involved. So, even after the Pearl Harbor attack, we were ready to go. So,
Mhm.
All right, let's start off with 1944. Now, we kind of start off on a bad note for 1944 because on January 3rd, Major Gregory Pappy Boynton, the Marine
Pappy boy.
ace, he shot down after downing the last of his 26 victories. Damn.
Wow.
Right.
And he would spend the next 20 months in Japanese POW camp. That part I didn't know. I didn't know.
I didn't know he was a POW.
Yeah. So for 20 months.
That's
Holy
crazy.
crap.
Damn, man. Yeah.
That was towards the end. 20 months was past the end of the war.
44.
If this is 44, the war ended in August of 45 in the Pacific Theater.
Yeah.
August 45 was
August
the bombs.
August would be if he shot down in January, that's 12. August is 8. So
Yeah.
that's 20 months. So they released.
Oh, there you
him
go. He was probably rescued during
war,
after Nagasaki and Hiroshima. Yeah, whatever.
All right. So the major battles for the U.S. In 1944 starts off in January with the Battle of Monte Cassino, which was a series of 4 brutal assaults by the Allies against the German Gustav Line in Italy.
Yep.
It resulted in the destruction of the historic Abbey Monte Cassino, but eventually opened the road to Rome. That's the one we just bombed the crap out of.
Yep.
Yeah,
Right? There was supposed to
exactly.
be some agreements there, right? Well, in support of Battle of Monte Cassino became Operation Shingle. All right. That was the Anzio landing.
Yep.
So the Allied amphibious landings intended to outflank the German forces and advance rapidly on Rome, but they got stuck and they did not. I don't think Operation Shingle was technically a success.
Oh, damn
But-
it.
My
Went
my
for a
my husband's uncle was there at
Wow.
Anzio.
At
And-
Anzio, no
At
kidding.
Anzio, and went crazy. He went
Wow.
crazy because of the bombardments.
Yeah, yeah. So Operation Shingle was an Anzio landing trying to basically outflank the Germans, but it resulted in a prolonged entrenched standoff.
Yep.
Right. And here's one of note. I didn't put it as a major battle, obviously, but on April 25th, because nothing happens again, or nothing major happens again until June. So I was like, what was going on between January and June? Well, on April 25th, Lieutenant General George Patton suffered yet another controversy setback. Now, this is interesting. No, this was when giving a speech at the Welcome Center in Knutsford, England.
to the women.
He opined that the United States, Britain, and the Soviet Union were destined to rule the post-war world, but a reporter's story the next day left out Soviet Union, and then the Kremlin was offended.
Yeah.
So Patton was reprimanded by Eisenhower.
Yep.
So supposedly he did say it,
Oops.
but some reporter didn't include it.
Didn't include it. Yeah.
And he's like,
And they were an
"You're kicking my
ally.
ass for that."
So
I said it.
yeah, I said it. What are you talking about? Here and Eric and I are going, oh, it's when he slapped that dude, right?
Right. No, this was the one where they wrote that he just said England and
Oh,
America will
okay.
rule the post-war world. And he's like,
Hell, he wanted to go to
say
war
that.
with him at the end anyway. He
Yeah.
said,
Yeah.
get him now. We got
We
the
need 'em.
forces.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, June 6th, 1944 is our next big action, and that's Operation
Operation
Overlord.
Overlord.
So that was D-Day.
Invasion.
Yep.
Allied forces launched the largest amphibious invasion in history on the beaches of Normandy, France, successfully breaching the Atlantic Wall to open a Western front.
Yep.
I will say we'll never have that again.
Never.
We will never have an amphibious landing.
Not to that scale.
size
No.
ever again, right?
Never again.
Okay, so after D-Day comes the Battle of Saipan, all right? The Battle of Saipan fought in the Mariana Islands. U.S. Marine and Army forces invade the island of Saipan. This American victory gave the Allies a crucial airfield from which B-29 bombers could directly reach the Japanese mainland. So now we can touch those guys, right?
Yeah. Right.
Later in June, June, D-Day, Battle of Saipan, now Battle of the Philippines.
Well, you're talking. Let's make sure we explain.
Different
We're
areas of the
talking
world.
about two different
Yeah.
battlefronts. One in
Theater.
Europe, one in the Pacific.
Pacific. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I'm not
still.
trying to mix them. I'm just saying there were, not knowing all the events, right? Because you always, at least me, you always tend to focus on European theater, and then I shift over to the Pacific theater, right?
Yeah.
But all these are happening, right?
Yeah.
That was my whole point of the timeline, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So Overlord, France, June. Saipan, Mariana Islands, June.
Yeah.
Battle of Philippine Sea, often referred to as the Great Marianas Turkish Shoot, which Eric's brought up.
He talks about,
This decisive naval and air battle destroyed much of the Japanese Imperial Navy's carrier air power. The United States Fifth Fleet wins a decisive Navy battle over the Imperial Japanese Navy near the Mariana Islands. Over 200 Japanese planes are shot down, while the Americans only lose 29.
Oh, Jesus. Wow.
Mariana's Turkey Shoot.
That's why they called it a turkey shoot.
Right.
Turkey shoot. Yeah.
All right, now back to France. Eric.
Market garden.
Operation Cobra.
Oh,
Right?
We talked about Cobra.
Yeah,
when we were
Cobra.
discussing Cobra. Yeah.
Following the grueling so after we got Alf inland and it was the hedgerows, right? We couldn't get out of the hedgerow, couldn't break free. So following the grueling hedgerow war, General George Patton's forces achieved a decisive breakthrough in Normandy, paving the way for the liberation of Paris. That was Operation Cobra.
Yep.
Then two operations here. The Battle of Leyte. All right. Was
the Gulf.
in October was the amphibious invasion of the island of Leyte in the Philippines by American forces and Filipino guerrillas under the overall command of General Douglas MacArthur. MacArthur lands and states, I have returned.
We're sure it's not Arthur. We're sure it's Douglas.
His daddy said it too.
Okay.
Got to drive that steak home. Okay. What if we need 4 quarters over here? Then there was the Battle of Leyte Gulf. All right. It was the largest naval battle of World War II. I didn't know that. I thought Midway may have been. And by some criteria, the largest naval battle in history with over 200,000 naval personnel involved. It was the first battle in which Japanese aircraft carried out organized kamikaze attacks. And it was the last ever battle between battleships.
Well, see, and there's the difference because at Midway, the carriers never saw
each other. You're right.
Yeah,
It's just
right. Yeah.
Lady
and these guys are looking at it like, bang.
We're blasting at each other.
Man.
Yeah.
The Japanese Navy suffered crippling losses and did not sail in comparable force for the remainder of the war, as most of its vessels were stranded in port for lack of fuel. Interesting. Fascinating, right? So then we get to December. Of course, the Battle of the Bulge. Right?
Yeah.
Germany's final major offensive on the Western Front. Fought in the freezing Ardennes forest, the Allies ultimately repelled the German advance, but that was on December 16th. And then 2 days later was essentially the battle for Bastogne.
Yeah.
Bastogne, an important crossroads, is surrounded with soldiers of the 101st Airborne Division on the 18th, running low on ammunition, food, and other vital supplies. Brigadier General Anthony McAuliffe's famous nuts reply is sent to German commanders at Bastogne demanding surrender. The news of the message serves to bolster morale of the Allied troops. The siege of Bastogne is finally broken on the 26th by Patton's Third Army tanks, and with it, the Ardennes forest collapses into failure.
Yep. Of which my father-in-law was driving a tank in Patton's army. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I have pictures.
So that is your timeline of war for World War II, 1944.
Wow.
Yeah. The downfall
my
of both
music
sides was coming.
Yeah.
So, Marty, can you pause just for a second? My phone's about to die. I have to go get a battery.
What?
It's about to die.
All right.
Okay, I'll be right back.
All right, Eric, what do you have for us for Unheralded History this week?
Well, it's convenient. It is the month of June. And as we all know, we celebrate a holiday called Juneteenth. And for the longest time, I certainly never understood why and where it came from. So I thought, man, it'd be great to really come up with some reasonings and understanding of it. So I got a little information on Juneteenth for you tonight.
All right.
Yeah. So
very apropos.
I'm sorry?
Very apropos from last weekend. Yes.
Oh, that's a very big word. You're talking to a cop, retired cop. What do you?
Sorry. Married to a Frenchman.
It's a space word, Eric.
Married to a Frenchman.
Even worse. All right. So, guys, Juneteenth commemorates General Order Number 3, which was issued by Major General Gordon Granger, who was sent and arrived in Galveston, Texas on June 19th, 1965. Wow. The issuing of this order and the arrival of federal troops in Galveston effectively ended the Civil War.
It was in Galveston? No way.
Galveston.
Yeah.
And I certainly didn't realize how involved Texas was until I read this. Texas had a lot of stuff going on still.
Oh, okay.
They didn't get the word, I guess.
Yeah, right.
So, issuing of this order and the arrival of federal troops in Galveston effectively ended the Civil War and emancipated those confined to a life of enslavement. Specifically, Granger made the following declaration in General Order Number 3. The people of Texas are informed that in accordance with a proclamation from the Executive of the United States, all slaves are free. This involves... I love that. I mean, it's no nonsense.
Yeah,
free.
Yeah.
This involves an absolute equality of personal rights and rights of property between former masters and slaves, and the connection heretofore existing between them becomes that between employer and hired labor.
Wow.
Wow. Instead of involuntary servitude.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, as we all know, that didn't really frickin' go over very well.
Not at first. No. No.
No.
Right.
So, going back a couple years, on January 1st, 1863, President Abraham Lincoln's Emancipation Proclamation declared that all persons held as slaves within the rebellious states are and henceforward shall be free. On the ground, enslaved people and the Union Army turned the promise of the proclamation into a reality. Enslaved people sought freedom and safety by escaping the Union lines in Confederate-held territories. In the Western theater, however, slave owners in states like Mississippi and Louisiana could forcibly relocate thousands of enslaved individuals west to Texas to try to keep them from seeking freedom
damn.
Because they
from
hadn't heard
behind
about it
the
yet.
lines.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Far from the bloodshed of the battlefield, tens of thousands of enslaved refugees remained in bondage, even as many Confederate armies surrendered in the spring of 1865.
Wow.
Only after the Union Army forced the surrender of Confederate General Edmund Kirby Smith at Galveston on June 2nd, 1865, would the emancipation of enslaved people in Texas be addressed and freedom granted.
Wow.
I love this part. On June 19th, 250,000 enslaved people were freed.
Nice.
Pretty amazing. So I think when people sort of half-ass celebrate Juneteenth and don't really understand it, and I probably was one of them. I never really knew about it. But after reading this information on Juneteenth, it's like we should be celebrating that as a whole people.
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah. And I never heard of it. And in total honesty, until Biden signed it into a national holiday.
Right.
Yeah,
Never even heard of it. I was raised in the Northeast. Our slaves were free long before the war even started.
And I had heard it was kind of strictly a Texas thing.
Correct. Right.
That's where it was happening, right?
Yeah.
But that previous administration took that little crack in the door and they're like, let's use this and let's run with this, right?
But I mean, it was a day that had been being celebrated by African Americans, Black Americans for many, many years in the South. It's huge celebrations, different cuisine, all kinds of great celebrations. But I never heard of it until, again, I had to ask my company, hey, are you going to honor this federal holiday? It's an 11th federal holiday now. Are you going to, never even knew what it meant until 5 years ago.
Like, we're barely giving you 8.
It was really giving you 8. We're paying you for 8. We're paying you for 8. But yeah, it's and what really kills me is 2.5 years, January of 1863 to June of 1865 is how long it took for the word to get from civilized America to Galveston.
And be enforced. They got the word.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. Do you think General Granger had like a talk like the night before? He's like, look, when we tell these people that they're free, there's going to be a lot of unhappy people as well as happy people.
Yeah,
so
right.
You guys got to be ready,
Yep. But being told that they were free on June 19th, 1865 didn't mean that they had any of the rights that
that would come
50
later.
years to get. It would come much later. Yeah.
What was cool is I saw a thing on the History Channel about Africatown. So we're talking about the same timeline where the enslaved people were now employees of their employers, the
former masters.
Who in turn worked on their own to garner money, collect enough money to buy some property from their employer. Which
wow.
And they created, and in fact, this was, where was it? It was on the river, but it was called Africatown. which still exists today. It's a very, very
Yeah.
poor area.
Yeah.
But survivors of the people who were brought from African town or died in African town, brought from Africa, went back to African town and went searched out their elders and their former
Oh, wow. Really?
family members and funeral grave sites and stuff. It was really cool. Really
So
cool.
they became shareholders in land that they had once worked on as slaves, but still never even acquired the right to vote
Nope.
as a full human being for almost 80, 90 years.
Yeah, that status
After
never
that,
came.
Yeah. It's amazing.
I think at that point,
But
there
very,
was
very, like I said,
Right.
apropos
we'll
for this
take
past
the,
weekend.
We'll take the no
Because
change.
Friday was,
Yeah,
federal holiday,
June
June 19th.
Yep, that's
Yeah.
right. So,
That's right.
well done, Eric, as always.
Woo!
Well, not as always.
There's been some failures, I admit.
Well, I think on that note, we've had some fits and starts to this episode. And I think we
Yes.
ended up pretty well. I'll stitch it together well.
Thank
All
you.
right. So let's go ahead and end up here.
Yep.
Right?
And
I like it.
On behalf of Eric Perrott and Michelle Zayatz, I'd like to thank you for listening today. Please like, share, and subscribe, and let us know how we did in the comments. And make sure next week that you are not. I had that way down low.
I love that sound.
Jake, we're still pulling for you. Can't wait to see you again. And Michelle and Eric, thank you for the episode. And to everyone listening and watching, thanks for watching and listening. We'll see you next week.
Peace out.